My husband and I own a home for the elderly, and since 9/11 we've had a Patriotic Day every month. And we came across the concept of the healing field in Utah at a convention, and it just seemed like something that would be really well received in Michigan. And so a committee came together to make it possible, and the concept is that every flag in the field, it represents a life lost.
People forget what happened 10 years ago.
Realization of seeing 3,200 flags, and not just that they're representing flags, that those are actually for each individual person.
It's 93 rows, Flight 93. It's configured in a twin tower. There's a center aisle to it, and the 93 rows goes to 550 feet, but if you look up the slope of the hill, that's still a distance that's under where the planes would have entered the Twin Towers. And if you can imagine the rescue workers going that distance with their equipment, it gives you a real appreciation of what those men and women were doing.
343 firefighters. They were in the buildings, and they were around the buildings. They were doing all they could do to get people out, and they didn't hesitate. They went in. They did what they're supposed to do.
These were the men and women who ran toward danger, while others rightly fled.
The field has 2,997 that have names and descriptions that we were given by the Healing Field organization. And so we're encouraging people to consider really reading through those names, identifying a flag that they really connect with, and sponsoring that flag, because then the memorial will go beyond this experience here. It also gives us the opportunity to educate our young people that don't have a fresh memory or a personal memory of 9/11.
The police, fire, rescue personnel all play very large roles in our personal safety and support that our communities have.
It definitely brought chills to you in that, and especially when you sit there and really look at it and know that each flag represents a person, so it really puts it to perspective of what it really is,
I guess you don't really realize just how many people until you start thinking about that and the number of flags that they have.
It's emotional for me. It really is. To bring this back to reality again. Try to remember what went down.
Obviously, I'm here to represent law enforcement and the 72 officers that gave their lives at the World Trade Center, and along with 343 firefighters. But just an incredible display of compassion from people that put this together just to honor their service.
Forget 343 men in deathbeds, but a loss is a loss, I guess, to most. Us Maltese cross-wearers still see ghosts. We still think about their kids and their mothers. We will never forget our fallen brothers. We will never forget the ones who still fall with the respiratory problems in the hospital, oh Lord. R.I.P. to the ones we miss, to their families, all I can say is this: death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory that nobody can steal.